Hello. Hello chat. How do? How's it going? Man, we got why am I streaming on a Wednesday? I'm not available tomorrow. That's why. I quite literally have something to do like starting right at 6:30. I know I'm late to the stream. Here's the thing. I don't care that I'm late to the stream because it's like what's the best way to say this? This is not a normal stream for me, and I probably won't be streaming that long. So, anyway, hi chat. Um, so I'm not streaming tomorrow, so I'm streaming today. Is the first thing. The next thing is, new Minecraft update just came out yesterday, and I am someone who, unless I get really excited about a snapshot, I don't really play the Minecraft snapshots. Simply because I don't have time. Wow, mouse not having time. What a crazy concept that one is. Simply because I don't have time, I normally don't play the snapshots. Now, am I playing the new update? Yes I am. Unfortunately, it's not available modded yet for some of the mod stuff that I do. So, like the cube won't be updated yet or anything like that. But I'm really interested in a lot of stuff that like goes along with the new update. The sulfur cubes are introducing a lot of new attributes, let's say. And I'm really excited to see if I can kind of manipulate some things and try to get a couple of things to work. It would be really nice if I could. There's one thing that I don't think this is gonna work. I want to get in here for testing. I don't think this is gonna work. There's one thing that I really want to try out with a compass and a lodestone. You can probably guess what that is. I'm trying to think of what else I really want to look at. There's a lot of stuff I want to look at. But basically, sulfur cubes now have an archetype registry, which is basically, are they buoyant? Are they an explosion? Are they, whatever, right? So I'm really excited to get a mess around with it and see what there is to see, and see just how far I can manipulate it with some of the code. Because I am trying to think of a few more mini games right now to make. And one of them would involve a sulfur cube. I think one of them would involve a sulfur cube. I would like to say that it would. But I haven't played with them. I've seen like monorail systems. I've seen people play like soccer, football if you're overseas. But overseas from me, I should say. I shouldn't just like say that as a blanket statement. Soccer. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'm really interested in. So I'm curious to see kind of like what it's gonna look like. You know what I didn't test before kind of like getting started here is, give me 1 second, chat. Oh, that's so loud on my end. Is it loud for you guys? You can't even hear it. Well, that makes me feel better, I think. Let's try that. Oh, that's so loud for you guys. I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm gonna turn it down on my end a little bit more too. Normally I test these things, and I didn't. Okay, we're gonna leave it there for now. If it's bad, let me know. So welcome to my testing world. Actually, for those of you who saw the latest episode of The Cube, oh, I wonder if it'll... Yeah. Okay. For those of you who saw the latest episode of The Cube, it immediately gets laggy as soon as I load it in. I made a thing. I made a bonk stick. So, if I craft an anvil and a stick together... Okay, so it's not going to work because I didn't think so because the data pack isn't on the right version. that's fine. I'm going to disable it then. Because, you know, it's a good thing I don't have anything on there that, like, can't be on there. So basically how I did that is I tested it out with this first. I put an attribute modifier on a block. So every time I run over that, it's scoreboard, objectives, set display, sidebar, bonk timer. So you can see. Oh wait, is that not working? Huh. Players reset. Oh, it's a yeah, okay. It's tiny. Is because I had to pivot halfway through. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so now you can see, and now I'm big again. So every time I run over this block, it puts me small for 600 seconds. And for proof, because I know sometimes it's a little hard to tell. See, I'm small. So I did that. And the data pack I have is actually I don't have it set up to like show you the code right now, unfortunately. But the data pack I have is actually a custom enchant on that. So if you'd like to try to replicate it, feel free. I'm gonna leave this area behind though, because I want to mess around with sulfur cubes. So I'm gonna mess around over here with sulfur cubes. I want to test a couple of things just because I haven't seen much on this. I really should have done research. I can just put a block into a sulfur cube. Oh, and then it becomes okay. Interesting. So we have sulfur cubes now have an archetype registry. What is it? Okay, so buoyant, explosion, contact damage, an optional field if present. The sulfur cube of this archetype will deal damage to entities when they come into contact with it. Does that mean I can like hold on. Can I feed it like a sword? How do I remove the block from the sulfur cube? Am I being silly here? Do I have to put another one in? I do have to put another one in. Okay. So sword can't go in there. So then that doesn't answer my question. Okay. Let's see here. Sulfur cube, is the sulfur cube with this arc? Okay. So if it's buoyant, then the sulfur cube can float in liquids. Okay, so buoyant would be things like wood and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm looking at the technical changelog right now. I should have done this before stream. Contact damage, amount, damage type, and attribute to source. Okay, so amount is a non-negative number that has the amount of damage dealt, the damage type, so if it's like fire damage or something like that. And also we have attribute to source, indicating if the damage is attributed to the sulfur cube. So that's interesting, because that means that I can attribute it not to the source of the sulfur cube. Which that actually has me wondering if I don't have to attribute it to the source of the sulfur cube. Like if I don't have to say like the sulfur cube is the thing that damaged this thing. I wonder if I can use sulfur cube as like a way to deal almost like ghost damage. That doesn't affect much in the game, but what it does affect is the it affects the way that mobs will react to things, essentially. So if I hit a zombie, it'll come and attack me, but if I damage a zombie, like or if I specify that the zombie should take damage, the zombie won't be aggroed on me, even though, like, I... That has physics, man. Even though I am the one that, like, technically typed in the command to damage it. It's just the way that Minecraft handles damage differently. Okay, so we got a little... That's bouncy! And, like, that almost feels like it's riding across, like, ice or something? Which has me wondering... I wonder if they changed the way that ice works in this version. Because ice is... I haven't dug into the code of ice too much. Mainly because I just never use it. But, like, if ice is a thing where, like, because ice is slippery, right? Like, we know this, and we know that, like, ice is less slippery than packed ice is less slippery than blue ice, right? Like, this is a thing that I hope most Minecrafters know. Or if you don't know it, glad you learned something new today. That's just kind of how it is. So I wonder if they change the way that ice is handled on the back end in order to make it, like, be good for the front end. Because that, I assume, would be a knockback modifier. Field that contains various modifier fields for the sulfur cube's knockback magnitude and direction. So actually, you know what I really should be doing now that I have them, like, right here? Gosh, my microphone. Okay. / data get entity. Fun fact, chat, if you're looking at an entity, you can just autofill its UUID, so you don't have to worry about like trying to fit, like, do like the @n or anything like that. So data get entity. I just want to see what its data is. Like, what do I get when I do this? Let's see here. We have, okay, kind of like this is all normal stuff, right? Age lock. Oh, that's technically new at the baby update. So that's if you fed it a golden dandelion. Memories are anything that it, like if it aggroes on someone, that's what that is. Memories are so hard to manipulate in Minecraft. Size? Oh, that's the size attribute. Oh my gosh. I can't, chat, I swear my brain is not here today. My goodness. Okay, so that's like the size attribute. So chat, if you don't know, that thing that I was showing you at the beginning where I was getting small, that was my attribute modifier. 1 second. Okay, there we go. That was my attribute modifier. So I can modify... You know what, actually? I just realized. It's this. Oh, no, wait. Guys, I can't... how do I easily move my camera? Like this? This is how we're gonna handle it today. So, size is like how big you are. So, I'm getting very into the weeds about this. I think I had too much sugar today. Okay, so look. Size for a normal Minecraft player is 2 blocks tall. This is all in Java, by the way. 2 blocks tall, okay? So I am 2 blocks tall. If I take my size down to 0.5 in this size attribute, I would be 1 block tall. That's how size attributes, like, work. That's probably self-explanatory. I don't know why I'm mansplaining code to you guys. Okay, forced age is if you've, like, fed it something to age up. Okay, okay, so this is all, like, normal stuff. Oh, I guess this is the UUID. What was that other thing I pulled? I must have just been the entity ID. Okay, so all of this is very normal stuff. Now, this is what I think is interesting. The block that it has eaten is logged as equipment. So, in the, like, chat, when you go to summon, not summon. Yeah, no, it can be summon. If I summon a mannequin with, we're gonna do body, and we're just gonna do chest plate. Yeah, sure, leather tunic works. And then Give me one moment here, chat. I'm doing this as a way to show something to you. Okay. I hope that this is on the correct version as well. Otherwise, this is gonna be really sad. Oh, geez. Ah. I was just working on my Mac, and so all my keyboard stuff is thrown off. Okay. That's a mannequin of myself. Wait, why didn't it spawn with the tunic in? Oh, it's because I said it as body and not chest. Okay, that's actually good to know. I said it as body and not chest. Okay, so we have for the sulfur cube that the equipment is the body equipment is a strip block. So I wonder what body is. Do any other mobs have the body attribute then? That's another thing to figure out, because so I put in leather tunic but it didn't show up, which probably means it's one of the invisible items. Minecraft will do this where it'll say like yeah, you can technically put a diamond block in the head slot. Doesn't mean we're going to show it. It's actually really annoying for making like slightly tweaked custom entities, because I for a Christmas map that you guys did not see because I went a little too crazy on that, for that Christmas map, it was I wanted to make reindeer, and literally all I had to do was give the antlers to horses, but I couldn't give antlers to horses because you can't put anything in their head slot and have it show up. So basically it's like an invisible slot is what it's called. Thinking about it, actually, body is things like I believe it's like chests and stuff that you like, carpets that you can put on llamas. I think that's what that is. No, that's saddle. So it must just be chests that you can put on donkeys, which I think is interesting. Okay, so body is an invisible attribute for mannequins. That's good to know. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now we have bounciness. We have the movement speed, the air drag modifier. So that's interesting. Am I going to regret modifying that air drag modifier down to being like 0? Explosion knockback resistance, follow range. 0.04 blocks. Wait, is that the modifier on the... Yeah, that's okay. So chat, this is what I'm looking at right here, this follow range modifier. It's at 0.045. Can you get sulfur cubes to follow you by like holding something? I don't know that. Again, something I should have looked up before we started this. Random spawn bonus. Okay, that's not something that I have to worry about. Friction modifier, max health. Knockback resistance. Wasn't there already? Oh no, this is explosion knockback resistance. So, okay, so let's just try this really quick. Hold on. We're gonna do, actually, / data, is it modify entity? Okay. I think it's actually merge. Data, merge, entity, that. Okay. So what is the path here that we're looking at? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this in an easier way, chat. Are you ready for the easier way? It's called MC Stacker. If you guys don't know what MC Stacker is, you are missing out. If you like any sort of like Minecraft coding, MC Stacker is the place to go. So I wanted to adjust, what am I trying to adjust here? I want to adjust knockback resistance, just something a little bit easy. Oh, and I can't, yes. Okay, so let's take a look at knockback resistance. Add attribute. We're gonna make the base What is the base in it right now? Knockback resistance base is 0. I guess we can make the knockback resistance base like 4. Okay, so chat, this is our sulfur cube with normal knockback resistance, okay? Okay, and that's bounciness. That's interesting. Okay. Sulfur cube with a lot of knockback resistance. Oh yeah, that thing ain't moving. Can I feed you a block? I can. Okay, good. I just wanted you to stop moving. Okay, so the knockback resistance doesn't automatically get overwritten by the block, is what that's telling me. If it was automatically overwritten by the block, this thing would go flying. Like this one did. So if I do... what's the command I just typed in? Attributes ID knockback resistance. Okay, so if I do data merge entity, that one... Oh gosh, I forget what the actual like thing here is. I'm going to attribute what are we expecting here? Are we expecting a bracket? Nope, we're not expecting a bracket. We are expecting that. Okay. So it's probably just this section here, chat. Let me type it, or let me paste it for you. So it's probably this, and we're gonna bop that base down to 1. Okay. And now it has knockback. So if I change that back to 4, it's not gonna move. So, oh, that's so interesting. Chat, I don't know if you guys are finding this as interesting as I am, but okay. So yeah, so basically what this is telling me is that if I put a block into a sulfur cube, it will not overwrite like knockback resistance, at least. It might overwrite some other stuff, so let's take a look at something that we know a log will actually mess with. So we're gonna change knockback resistance to instead be what do we have here? Oh wait, actually, movement speed, air drag modifier. I wonder, chat, are there any blocks that adjust the air drag? Like, like make them fly more? Are there any blocks that do that? Because it is now occurring to me. Well, let's try explosion knockback resistance. So let's do sandstone, because I think that's sandstone, right? Yeah, okay. Let's do sandstone. Okay, now let's try a data get on this guy again. So data get entity, alrighty. And we're gonna do, I'm just gonna do it all again because I can't be bothered to pull it out. We have, okay, knockback resistance. Oh, explosion knockback resistance is still 0. Okay, max health is 4. Is that how it was here? No. So it did overwrite the max health. Gosh, this is so interesting. So putting in a new block overwrote the max health, but not the knockback resistance. Or did it do the knockback resistance as well? It did do the knockback resistance. So maybe it overwrites some modifiers, but not all of them. Because friction modifier, max health. So friction modifier is 1, so it's 1 and 4. Max health is 8 here. So, okay, so it did This was of our... Oh wait, this may have been of our original one. Let me try this. Slash data get entity. This one was E. Oh no, this one just had more health because it was bigger. Oh, I'm just being silly. No, 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 max health. 4. Okay, hold on. Wait, I gotta do this again, chat. Max health is 8. Why is max health 8? It was 4 up there. Maybe that's not my problem. Maybe that's what we call a not my problem. I should figure that out though. Okay, so the bounciness. Is there anything that I can give to the sulfur cube to increase the bounciness? Let me see here. To increase the bounciness. What would increase the bounciness? Like slime? Would that be it? If I feed slime to a sulfur cube? I can't do that. Okay. That is really good to know. Sulfur. I did not mean to get rid of that block there. Okay, so I can't feed slime to it. So let's try ice. What does blue ice do? Huh? Okay. Air drag modifier is the same. Knockback resistance is the same. Follow range is the same. Add multiplied base 16. Is that what it was up here? Yeah, it was. Okay. Friction modifier is 1. Max health is... Okay, so everything is the same. So this is very like... So this doesn't actually do anything is what I'm learning. Which means it's probably attributes hard-coded into the blocks, not the sulfur cube. Oh, you know what I didn't do was nab the gameplay files. I'll grab those later. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else they added. Added Minecraft bounciness. When landing on bouncy blocks like beds and slime blocks, the higher the bounciness of the block or entity as well. Okay. So here's the other thing, chat. Slash... This is where I think most of you will have fun with this. So I can change my air drag modifier. I'm gonna say base get is 1. I assume that air drag modifier has something to do with my like elytra, yeah? That is not what I want. I don't know where that came from. Sorry, chat. So... Okay, I assume that that's my air drag modifier. So now if I say set the modifier... What was it? It was 1. So let's say it's like 5. Does that change... Did that change that at all? Setting it to 40 might be too high. Let's try setting it to 10 and see what that does. Okay, it might not be with Elytra, but you know what it might be with? Oh my gosh, wait. Okay, wait, that's actually so cool. So chat, in case you're wondering, how you would normally have to do that before this was altering the gravity of someone, which would also affect how high they jumped. And sometimes you didn't want them to jump higher, but you wanted them to fall slower. This is actually huge for map makers, okay? Because you can now modify the attributes of a player and say like, hey, I want this person to fall slower without giving them slow fall. Like, it just makes the code cleaner, you know? Maybe I'm going crazy. Chat, if you want a clarification on anything I'm saying, let me know, because my brain is going crazy right now. So determines how much drag is applied to the entity while in the air. So the max is 2048. Coding stream. Hi, Major. Welcome in. How's it going, friend? So 2048 is the max. Okay, so chat, in case you're wondering, I'm not moving. But if I set this to, like, let's just set it to 2000. Am I flying? I can't tell if I'm moving or not. Let's set it to, like, 1000. If it's like, okay, that air drag modifier is actually crazy. So now my question is, actually, with that, holy jump. Okay. So I'm definitely going slower. Okay, so maybe this isn't as huge as I thought it was. I'm definitely going slower, and my jump, I think I'm still jumping a block. So I'm sprinting right now, chat. Yeah, I can't even jump up a block. Okay. So, fun fact, chat, if you want to reset it, you just put reset there, and then I can go. Okay. So, interesting. Okay. They also have a friction modifier with the default value of 1. So I wonder what the friction modifier is of ice. Can I, like, slash data get block? Target block is not a block entity. Oh, that's for, like, chests and stuff. Okay, never mind. Whoa. I accidentally closed out of... Look at these fancy new buttons. Interesting. Okay. So... But we can all agree that blue ice is, like, slippy, right? Like, I can run on this and then just stop moving. So I'm not slipping as much as I thought I would. Okay, let's try, we're gonna do attribute me. We're gonna do, what is this? It's friction. Friction modifier, base, set. We're gonna set this to 0.1. That is wild, chat. I let go and I still go. Okay, wait. Can I set this to 0? What happens? So I still slow down. I wonder if that's an air drag modifier thing. I wonder. Okay, so we have bounciness. I do want to try bounciness. Okay. I'm going to reset my friction first, though. Attribute me, what I want to do, bounciness. Okay. Base set 1. Okay, so 1 is the highest that you can go on bounciness. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Okay, but it is still going down. So here's the thing, chat. Determines what portion of the velocity is restituted, kept, essentially, after the entity collides with blocks and collidable entities. When landing on bouncy blocks like bed and slime blocks, the higher the bounciness of the blocker entity is applied. So you get to stack bounciness with like slime and beds. Accepts values between 0 and 1. Default value 0, no extra velocity. 1, full velocity. Collisions with blocks and collidable entities have no effect on lowering the velocity. So why did I lose height there? You see this? I'm not touching, by the way. I'm wondering why I'm losing height and coming back down to a stop if my bounciness is set to 1. So that being said, let's grab slime blocks. Let me also take that off because I don't want that to do anything. That's the wrong chat. Why did nobody tell me? Okay, slime blocks. All right. So we have slime blocks. I'm still getting lower to the ground. Why am I getting lower to the ground? If it should full velocity. You know what? I'm gonna try one thing. Slash attribute air drag modifier base set 0. There we go. And if I do it like... Yeah. Okay, so air drag plays into bounciness. Bounciness is how much of your velocity is kept, and then air drag is how much it takes you down. So if I have no air drag, then I'm just going to keep doing... Like, seriously? Not touching. So that's interesting that you kind of have to have both of them. Holy cows. Chat. So when you have no air drag, you just kind of keep moving in a direction. I wonder, slash attribute, what is it called? Is it friction? Friction modifier base set 0. Oh gosh. Okay, that's actually scary. Stop. Hands are off the keyboard here. That's so fun. Oh, you know what I'm wondering about, actually? What happens when I go into water? Water stops. So, chat, you know what I'm seeing here? Gosh, I can't stop. I actually can't stop. This is fantastic. Imagine an ice physics puzzle. I don't know how I would lock them into going like one direction. Especially because in one of the updates, so chat, if you've ever played an adventure map and it's like a click here to do this thing, that is a, how do I explain that? When you do the click here thing, it runs a function, most likely. Sometimes it might just be a command, but most times it's a function. Or I think it always is a function. And when it runs a function, now, due to the new updates, it says, warning, you are about to run a function. Which is like, yes, I know I clicked on the command in the book, but there's no way to turn that off. So we all gotta live with it. I could technically put it into a book that has... Oh no, but I bounce. There's a couple ways to do this. One way to do this is, oh wait, slash attribute, bounciness, base reset. Okay, so I can stop myself by running into something. Okay. Ice physics puzzles. I don't think that there's any way that I would be able to get them to be like in like a singular direction, but what there is the potential for is making some really annoying, like, you're not standing on ice, but man, does it feel like you're standing on ice puzzles. My friends better watch out. Okay, So that's fun. Okay. Hey now, Major, don't worry about it. Don't worry about this. Don't weaponize this. I don't know what you're talking about. I wonder. Okay, slash. Actually, I have it. Hold on. Oh, I ran into that block and it stopped me. Because I could make this really annoying. Oh gosh, that's so hard to control, actually. Ugh. Okay, flying is scary right now. Okay, so chat, imagine. Oh crap, this is gonna be so hard to build while I'm like this. Oh gosh, chat, this is so hard to build. Oh no 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 no. I should just reset my modifier, my friction modifier. Okay, wait, this is actually working. Okay. Oh gosh, I went over the wall. I didn't mean to go over the wall. No, stop it. Wait, friction applies in the air? No, there's air drag and there's friction. So friction is on the ground, air drag is flying. So imagine... Chat, wait. I am not touching the keyboard right now. Okay, it doesn't work underwater. That might be like a water friction thing. Hockey is good. That feels more like something that you could do with the sulfur cube. I'm kind of thinking like DVD logo simulator. Cause, you know, or Pong. Pong would be good. Cause there's no drag here. There's like nothing going on. Like, actually it's more like broomball than hockey. Yeah, well. Okay, but when I knock into that thing, I think because its bounciness is set to 0, it eats a bunch of my velocity. DVD sim would be so good. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's any way to detect. I'm trying to think. DVD, like, one of the puzzles is you have to hit the corner directly, but when you're like this, so it's like really hard to do. Although, yeah, because if you run too fast at a corner, you're just gonna bounce around. So the reason why I'm wondering about that is, and honestly, I can set jump height to 0 so that you don't actually like bounce up and down. Yeah, and see, that just eats my velocity. That's so interesting. So imagine DVD sim and you have to hit the corner, right? And when you hit the corner, that's when you open up the like next door. Is there a bouncy block that can speed you back up without you moving? Yes. I like up against the wall. I think I can put slime up against the wall. And it would speed me up. Right? Am I totally mistaken in that, chat? No. Whoa. I sped up there. I don't know how I did that. Gosh, my offhand is glitching so much because I'm moving but not actually. It's so weird that they added physics to Minecraft. Like, I know there was always gravity, but like... Yeah, like replace one wall with some slime every time you hit it, speed you up maybe. I think I can... Speed? I can change my sneaking speed. Movement speed. What is it right now? We're gonna set that, yeah, we're gonna set it to... I can't tell if that sped me up or if it just... I don't think that sped me up. I don't think that sped me up. Okay. Change FLV. I think, yeah, I think it just did it. Because if you can do pinball. You're not wrong. So here's my question. So this sulfur cube keeps... Stop moving. Slash data get entity... Okay, its friction modifier is 1. I wonder if I change... Because that's not a that's not a bounciness thing. I wonder if it works different when it's like... Hold on. I'm looking at the change log. Sulfur cube did speed you up once. Must have been the angle you hit it. Yeah, maybe in the angle I hit it. Like... Okay. I've moved so much just from sitting here. Determine how much ground friction is applied. Okay, it's not... What am I trying to figure out here? Trying to figure out why the sulfur cube is slowing me down. Toasty, please don't. The people do not wish to hear the microphone crackle. Determine how much air drag is applied to an entity when in the air. Name tag distance, below name distance, knockback resistance? What's its knockback resistance? It's 0? The minimum value of knockback resistance was changed from 0 to -2. Knockback resistance. What is it right now? It's 0? Okay, I want to knock into the sulfur cube again, please. Hold on. Okay. What's the most I can go on knockback resistance? Sorry chat, it's paused for a minute because it does not affect explosions. Distance function for 0 to 0.4 is 40% of resistance. Allowed range is 0 to 1. Okay, so does that mean that the maximum is 1? Oh gosh, no. I just want to hit into this. No, let me hit into the sulfur cube, please. Okay, that did nothing. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, I'll need to figure out, because I think knockback resistance is only to, like, when you hit it. I'm thinking it'd be so fun to make, like, a bunch of games, like air hockey or something like that, but you are the puck, or you are the DVD logo, or, like, things like that, because I feel like it would just be really interesting. Pinball is also a really good idea. I think pinball would be really easy with the sulfur cube. I don't think it'd be as easy with a player, because it'd be harder to get the angle. Interesting. Okay. Data component sulfur cube contents represents an item that is absorbed as sulfur cube. Oh, sulfur cube content. What? Okay, sorry, I'm looking at a new data component. I love pinball. Wait, I'm waiting. Pause, major. I'm waiting. You're taking too long. No, I'm kidding. What if pinball with sulfur cube? Oh, yeah. Pinball with sulfur cube and pistons will go crazy. But you had to get it in a certain goal. Oh, but if you get it in a certain goal, you become the ball? That's good. That's good. Interesting. Okay, wait. Data components added Minecraft sulfur cube content. Represents the item that is absorbed by the sulfur cube. Format. Item that is absorbed by sulfur cube. Okay. So it would essentially be Minecraft : sulfur cube content equals green wool. Is what that's saying. So that must just be a data pack thing. Like that must be something I can specify in a data pack. I can't specify it in command blocks, otherwise I would show you what it looks like. And then there's a giant sulfur cube in the background hovering over you. I like that. Okay, end of idea. It's a good idea. Okay, they removed the hurt by timestamp and from living entities. Tick sense last hurt by mob. Why? I get it. It follows their new naming convention. So chat, they have a new convention that they're using for getting things. So like if I do data get, oh wait, hold on. Data get it's entity search spider mouse selected item. Okay, so that still follows the old naming convention. Its entity data is it has a different naming convention. So they're trying to go away from, you'll see here, I put like caps selected and caps item. I think they're trying to get away from that and go more towards like all lowercase selected underscore item. I think just for uniformity. I don't know. But that's interesting that they changed that. The Minecraft bed block entity has been removed. That's interesting. Added new damage type, sulfur cube hot. Does that mean I can put lava in the sulfur cube? I didn't mean to chat. Hold on. Let's try a magma block instead. Nope, come back over here. So now my question is, if I do survival mode. Yes! Now that's interesting. Okay. What is it? I did air drag modifier, base reset. There we go. That's at least calming me down a little bit. There's friction modifier, base reset. And there's also bounciness that I need to do. Bounciness, base set, base reset. Okay, so now I'm resetted back to normal. Here's why I did that, chat. So slash TP at n type equals mannequin. I did that the wrong way. There it goes. Okay. So now I can do, so chat, everything that I just did, air drag modifier, base set 0. And then we're going to do that again, but with, friction modifier, base set 0, and it was bounciness. Well, I don't actually want. Well, maybe I do want to do bounciness. Yeah, I do want to do bounciness. So attribute. Oh gosh, I'm not near it anymore. / attribute. Bounciness base set. We're gonna change that to 0. I'm also gonna change my game mode again. Oh, shoot. No, I need to change that to 1. Okay. Look at that, chat. It's a DVD logo, but it's me. That's pretty good. Okay. Noted. Noted. Excuse me, chat. Okay. Okay, Sulfur Cube hot damage type. Oh yeah, I want it to run into the Sulfur Cube eventually. I'm sure it'll do it eventually. Entity predicate format has changed from structure with multiple optional fields to 1 similar to data component types. Okay. That's nothing that affects anything that we're doing right now. Oh! And it still gets damaged! Okay, this is good. Bless you. Thank you, Major. Okay. Okay. This is really technical stuff that I don't think that you guys are gonna want to know. Entity tags is a sub-predicate? I'm going to mess around with predicates even more. Added matching biomes world generation type block predicate type, which checks if the block position matches one of the specified biomes. Below trunk provider, block state provider. No, has a 3. What's below trunk provider? I need to figure out what that is. Okay, but that's all world gen biome stuff. Changes to pointed dripstone. Chat. Renamed feature type pointed dripstone to Speleothem? What is that word? Speleothem. Added field base block. Block state describes the block forming the base of the dripstone, essentially. Or, yeah, the dripstone. Added field pointed block. Block state describes... Huh, okay. Pointed block describes the block creating the columns. Okay. Placeable blocks. Which blocks in this feature can generate... Okay. Transfer taller dripstone. Okay. So... Is this all in World Gen? I think this is all still in World Gen stuff. So it might not have to be anything that I have to worry about. Density functions. That's definitely World Gen. Okay. Tags. Added suppresses bounce. All blocks that suppress the bounciness of entities when colliding with them. That's what we wanted. Okay. Causes periodic geyser eruptions. All blocks that cause periodic geyser eruptions of potent sulfur blocks. Added causes continuous geyser eruptions. All blocks that cause continuous eruptions. Okay. Glazed terracotta and concrete collection tags. We added those? I thought those were already in the game. Renamed concrete powder collection tag to concrete powders. So they pluraled that. Added shears extreme breaking speed for blocks that can be broken with shears with speed 15. What? Okay, now this I don't understand. So they added 1, 2, 3 new tags. So chat, tags is essentially how Minecraft lumps together everything. So if you are... Has that slowed down? That slowed down a lot. Why are you slowing down? No, 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 no. Keep going. Fastest DVD logo in the West. Okay. I wonder if they have a little bit of suppressed bounce in them. Okay, so tags are basically how the game specifies what belongs in this category. So all logs have a like log category attached to them. And then sometimes tags can stack. So like can burn, so like logs, leaves, wool, that kind of stuff. They'll take the logs tag and they'll stick it in the can burn tag. This is basically just an easy way to categorize blocks. So there's a data pack that will allow you... Oh no, I guess technically that use case doesn't work. There's a data pack that allows you to put logs in a stone cutter and get strip logs out of it. The way I thought this was going to be done was just take the logs tag, put it in there, and then specify. But no, you had to like specify each one individually, and I wasn't about to do that. So that's beside the point. But it's things like all mobs that are immune to lava, I believe, are in their own tag. So like that's how tags work. So they made 3 new tags. One is Shears Extreme Breaking Speed for blocks that can be broken with shears with speed 15, which is the fastest that it can go, chat. Shears Major Breaking Speed for blocks that can be broken with shears with speed 5, which is a third of how fast it can go. And I don't... Hold on. Let me continue. Shears Minor Breaking Speed for blocks that can be broken with shears with speed 2. So these are all blocks that can be broken with shears. So think leaves, wool. Wool would probably be speed 5. I don't know what would be speed 2. I'd have to dig into the code for that. Added speleothems for blocks. Speleothems? I don't know. Which are speleothems like Pointed Dripstone and Sulfur Spike. So basically... anything that can grow, Sulfur Spike and Pointed Dripstone. Other screensaver while you talk. Look, I know my audience. So there's that. I can't be educational without something interesting happening on screen, and I can't focus while walking around here. So added the following tag for blocks which some mobs are immune to. Okay, it is slowing down, chat. Why is it slowing down? I don't know. Added the following tags for blocks which some mobs are immune to. These have an effect on dismounting invalid surroundings as spawn placement for some mobs, but do not have an effect on pathfinding. Fox immune to, polar bear immune to, snow golem immune to, stray immune to, wither immune to, wither skeleton immune to, default immune to. This tag is intentionally left empty. Default immune to. This tag is intentionally left empty. I wonder what that does. And can I modify that? Can I manipulate it so that I can really mess with people on what they're actually immune to? That'd be funny. Fox immune to, I assume, is like berries. Snow golem immune to is probably powdered snow. Same thing with polar bear. Like, there's some things that makes it, like, stray immune to is lava, right? Stray? No, not stray. Sorry, I was thinking Strider immune to. That's interesting. Okay. Added glazed terracotta, concrete, and concrete powders collection tags. Added sulfur cube food. All items that can be fed to a small sulfur cube. Sulfur cube swallowable. All items that can be placed inside a large sulfur cube. What? What's the difference? Okay. Added the following tags for items that can be placed inside a sulfur cube to determine its archetype. Oh. So any items that make the sulfur cube bouncy go into the bouncy tag. Fair enough. Fair enough. Damage tag type, sulfur cube with block immune to. All damage types at the sulfur cube are immune to when having a block absorbed. I'm gonna be smart about this. Nope. Oh, you guys can't be fed that. Oh, you guys can't be fed. What does the sulfur cube eat? Does it eat like sulfur? Will you eat a sulfur spike? No. Okay, I found out the difference between those tags. Interesting. Okay, you get back to going. Okay. What else was added? Not affected by geysers. Entities are not affected by the upwards impulse applied by geyser eruptions. Okay. Minecraft Bounce. Emitted when an entity collides with a box or collidable entity with non-zero bounciness. Has a vibration frequency of 2. So... is that a calibrated... and lectern. Is that, is it 16? Major, you should know this. Is it 16? You got it, the perfect corner bounce? Heck yeah. Clip it. Clip it, chat. Where's redstone dust? Oh, there it is. Is this how I do this? I've actually never done this before. So the walking is messing with it. 16, what I was watching the bots is. What? Is it a comparator? I don't actually know how this works, chat. Huh. Okay, I'll figure that one out later. That's a not right now problem, because that's something that everyone knows how to do except for me apparently. They added sulfur cube goo. They added geyser base. Spawns a cloud on the base of an erupting potent sulfur block. These are particles. So geyser poof spawns a cloud on the base of the erupting. Okay, water blocks have a positive integer. Particle size and burst impulse. Okay. Geyser plume, geyser plume, geyser added. Oh, sets the difficulty of the game test environment. What's a game test environment? Chat, what's a game test environment? That I don't know. World presets, flat all dimensions world preset. Okay. Resource pack version 88, chat. The beds atlas has been removed. The signs atlas has been removed. Bed signs, hanging signs now use block models instead of built-in entity models. Bed signs and hanging signs now use block models instead of built-in entity models. Chat, this probably doesn't mean much to you, but this means that if if I can change the model of a sign now, which means we can have different kinds of signs. I think is what this means. Like differently textured signs. If they text on signs and hanging signs cannot be configured yet. Bed signs and hanging signs now use block models instead of built-in entity models. If it's a block instead of an entity, it means that you can change the model of it. Entity models you can't change the model of. Kind of. Not easily anyway. Not as easily as I would like. This means that we can have fancy signs, I think. A big I think. Okay, we have tons of new block sprites with all the new blocks. Beds now use block model textures, replacing color with the respective bed's color name. Signs in replacing wood type with the signs wood type, e.g. mangrove. Block. Okay. Okay. So beds are no longer beds with like color. It's actually like red bed, yellow bed things when specifying the models, which probably doesn't mean much to you guys, but that's kind of cool. Chat, if I ever say this doesn't mean much to you guys and you want to protest that, please feel free. I realize that some of the stuff I'm getting into is like really nitty gritty, and so it's hard for me to explain it in a concise way. And so I just say, like, doesn't mean much to you guys. Like, that, it's not because I'm insulting your intelligence, I promise. The process of upgrading your pack's bed sign and hanging sign textures can be, oh, they have a slicer tool for it. Renamed quartz pillar and purple pillar PNGs to append underscore side as a suffix. That's weird. Why'd they do that? Okay, added sprite, sulfur cube bucket, sulfur spike, music disc bounce. Makes sense. UI sprites, add new textures for sign, edit screen background, replacing wood type with the signs wood. Okay. Yep, those are sprites. Entity textures, sulfur cube stuff. Inner, so they have an inner outer for both large and small. So those are different textures. You know what that means? It means I can mess with them. I can make a yellow sulfur cube baby grow up into a blue sulfur cube adult. Added sounds for Polten sulfur blocks. Okay, so this is all the sounds that they added. Particles, we already went over that. Okay, the following special model types have been removed. Bed, standing sign, and hanging sign. That tracks. Okay. Cool. Nice. Okay, so that's basically the whole thing. There's something I wanted to do. I wanted to do slash play sound. What were the new sounds that they added? Particles, game events, tags. I want to know the sounds. I want to play them. Please. Chat, I will often use sounds in my maps as like a sound design sort of a thing. I understand that my dog is whining right now. She's fine. Updated sounds. Oh, updated sounds for Nautilus jets. Updated hurt and death sounds for one of the chicken sound variants. Interesting. Okay, sounds. We got sounds. Okay. So we have a music disc bounce. Hold on one second. I'm gonna pause the actual music. Can you guys not hear Minecraft? No, you can. I'm sorry for the jump scare that was this playing so loud. I didn't think it was going to. Okay, got some like lo-fi beats to relax. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Okay. Sorry, chat. Did not mean to blow out your ears with that. Interesting. Okay, Shore's Memory, Nightly, Home, and Ebb are the other ones. Okay. We have another play sound. Shores? Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, apparently I can't play sound that. I thought I could. Alright, well, that's fine. We're going back to the regular music. Okay, so this has kept going. So it was the sulfur cube slowing her down. Okay. Interesting. This is really interesting. I wonder, oh, you know what else I should do? So I should look at some of the new blocks. I should actually not make this a purely technical video or stream. We have some sulfur stuff. It's potent sulfur. So we have like these. I like the color of this. I think that these are probably meant to go along with the Cinnabar stuff. Yeah. Yep. There's no potent Cinnabar though. That's fine. Those aren't the same texture. Okay, I thought those were the same texture for a moment. I got confused. I wonder if the mangrove, how the mangrove's gonna look next to it. Mangrove's darker, for sure. Cherry. Try some cherry wood. That's not a bad gradient. I mean, like, I would want something in between the cherry and the cinnabar. But it's better than that transition, for sure. Like yeah. The other thing I wanted to check out was the potent sulfur. Whoa, I forgot that gives you nausea. I'm sorry, chat. Okay. How do you do the geysers? How do you... I don't know anything about this update. Well, it's not that. I don't know. I'll have to figure out how to do the geysers. Unless... Hold on. I might be able to look it up really quick. Geyser... Sulfur... Right. If a magma block is underneath of it. Okay. That's how you do it. Magma. So we got like a this situation. Oh gosh. I thought I saw people doing it with like not yellow particles. I have to figure that out. Alright, that's what we call a later problem. Hey, chat, thank you guys so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm ending stream early because I'm done with this. I don't really know what else I can test. I don't really think that there is much more to test. Hold on one second. Oh no, it won't let me do this. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that there is much more to test. There's below name distance. There's a few other things that they added, but they didn't Waypoint transmit range. I would love to know what that does. Okay. Yeah, chat. That's it for tonight's stream. Thank you everyone for watching. We had a lot of lurkers in chat today, so thank you guys for hopping in. Thank you, Major, for hopping into chat. I appreciate it. I should hopefully be live again on Monday. Again, no stream tomorrow because yeah. No stream tomorrow. I'm busy. Oh wait, chat, I didn't even show off my I wanted to show off something to you. Chat, are you ready for this? Hold on. I actually need to pause my music for this. Normally I don't stream with music. So, okay. For when I need to take Nugget out for his bathroom breaks, I introduced a hold button. Are you ready? That's pretty cool, right? I have a couple different I have a couple different tracks. That song is not from Minecraft. This is another one. Anyway, chat, thank you all so very much for joining. I really appreciate it. Until next time, drink some sleep. Okay, bye.